Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Such a beautiful day.
Yes.
Good day to be alive.
Yes.
It's also a good day to be awakening
Yes.
or sleeping. I think the majority of humanity still favors the latter. So, part of moving from being asleep into awakening means you choose to make a shift in the way you look at yourself and in the way you look at life. Many times when we're not paying attention, we find ourselves reacting in life, and our reactions then give off a certain energy because that's what we're generating. Do it enough times, and you either get feedback from the people that you're around, the circumstances, that it isn't greatly appreciated, or you start in yourself, you look and you say, wait a minute, that doesn't really make me feel good. I don't enjoy saying that, doing that. Then you start looking at what you're saying and doing, and it begins to dawn on you that your words and your actions are only expressions of what you're actually feeling inside. Thoughts and feelings, they're inseparable. They go together as pairs. But one of the things that has to do with awakening is you start looking and seeing that some of the stuff you generate really isn't anything positive. As a matter of fact, it's downright negative. It doesn't feel good, it doesn't sound good. As a matter of fact, it even leaves a bitter taste in you. So, one of the first things to do in coming to that place of awakening is to look and see, I'm actually feeling emotion here. And that emotion is negative emotion. That's the first step in transformation. You have to acknowledge it. Because you cannot change what you deny. If somebody says, why did you say that? I didn't say anything wrong. Why didn't you run that guy off the road? He was just in my way. Always making excuses for choices that we're making is an expression of denial. When we get to the place of choosing to be honest with ourselves, then we start making different choices. So, if you're going to create space in yourself where you allow yourself to heal, then you have to acknowledge some of the things that you're generating. I know when you're asleep, it's everybody else's fault. That's the way the majority of the world goes. But after a while, you say, I've got to take responsibility for my own life here. Nobody else is going to do it for me, not the way I want. I've tried that. So I'm the one to look to. So you go about it, and here's just some considerations that might be a little different. When negative stuff comes up that you're feeling, why don't you try honoring it? I know, is that just unheard of? Honoring that's been driving me nuts, that has taken me this long to get to the place of even being willing to accept that it's there. Now you're saying honor it? No, I'm just suggesting. Merely a suggestion. And the reason I do is, as you continue in your awakening, you become aware that all is God. All is Source. So somehow or another, unless God just wasn't paying attention and let him slip in there, these negative emotions that you're feeling, that you're generating, are God also. They also are Source. So if you can honor them as Source, then you might find that there's a shift that takes place inside of you to where you don't have the negative resistance you do to yourself. And you say, okay, And I mean, you might even have that glimmer that this could include you too. That you too are of sorts. And that if that's the case, then you give yourself the benefit of the doubt by saying, okay, this negative thing that I've been feeling that I call emotion, if I see that it is of God, even though I don't understand it, I won't try to go there and make that happen. I will allow myself to experience the beginning of transformation. How would you treat God if God came up to your door? No solicitations? Well, you probably treat God with honor and respect. So if you take this negative emotion that's come up, you might want to try that out, because then the next thing is to come to a place of looking and seeing what I have been doing that has been hurting me so is I have been taking these negative emotions personally. I have been identifying with them, and at the same time, I've been finding fault with other people that I say are the reason. They're the blame why I'm feeling this negative emotion. If they hadn't come up and stirred me the way they did, I wouldn't be generating this. And that's missing. That they are simply a messenger stirring you to own what you're generating. If you can get to that place, then you begin to see, wow, all of these feelings are simply feelings. I've been saying they were my feelings or your feelings, when in fact they're simply negative emotion, negative feeling. We simply are the awareness who has the power to heal emotions that we have identified with and claimed as ours. And when we begin to give a little distance between what we're feeling and who we are, then we begin to do a most powerful thing so far as healing is concerned. We begin to recognize, I'm not that feeling. I have simply allowed myself to generate it, but it isn't really who I am. So the next step is a possibility of saying, thank you for showing up. I said that so casually, and yet that's such a big, big step. It really is. Because most of the time we're in such resistance and blame with regard to negative feelings, it doesn't even enter our awareness the possibility of thanking them for showing up, because all emotions are expressions of a belief about the way we believe things are. So if we can get to that place of seeing the connection between feeling and thought, and the composite of thought being held in belief, we open ourselves up to where, when we say thank you, we actually are softening our awareness with regard to them, instead of having such a hard-crusted resistance about them. Well, while we're at the party, we might as well just celebrate them, right? Hey, glad you're here, glad you showed up. Come on in, have some food, have some drink. Let's see what we can do here. So, I'm talking wisdom here. Wisdom to an unenlightened, uninformed awareness that is totally out of the question. But I'm not talking about who you truly are when I say unenlightened, uninformed. I'm talking about your true nature. That when you begin to open up by non-denial, and then putting things into a place of honor and not taking them personally, and thanksgiving, then we're actually getting to that place to where we can make the transformation inside. It's been said that we are beings of light, and that our true nature is of light. So whenever we go to a place of changing our attitudes in regards to how we feel about things and what we generate, we're actually welcoming them back into our heart and allowing them to transform in the light of our changing awareness. To where we have a change in our awareness about ourselves, about our relationship to ourselves and our relationship to life, to where we start paying more attention to how we relate in ourselves to ourselves and all that activity that's going on all the time. And we say, you know what? I really want to be able to enjoy my life. I really want to be able to feel good about me being me. And I am getting honest enough at this point to recognize that I cannot do it if I'm always generating negative stuff about myself and about everybody else. If I'm always staying in a place of unconscious reaction, that isn't going to make me really feel good. So we decide to make a change. And then we start paying attention and we start being more present in our lives. And as we do, then we are more available so that when this stuff comes up, we can say, okay, I see you. I'm not going to deny you. Come on up and show me what you've got so that I can learn and I can grow. And in the process, feel good about me being me. So when I feel good about me being me, I can handle you a lot better. Because you're just a reflection of who I perceive myself to be. So thank you very much.
For more information about the Metaphysical Church of Enlightenment or the Rodin Foundation, please go to our website at www.rodin.org. If you have been inspired by the revelations shared in these podcasts, please donate to the Rodin Foundation's ongoing efforts to help others help themselves at www.rodin.org/donate.